Well, and, I think if I were to really highlight one of the reasons why agencies kind of stay away from building a comp plan, it's a lot of times they don't even track their own KPIs internally. So they don't know like what the expectations for the role is. They don't know the KPIs, or they don't even know how to make it profitable. That's just a whole other business like conversation. But I think like if I were to just summarize, I think comp plans, they should reward the behavior that you want repeated. So
Yes.
any sort of compensation, when you have someone who has skin in the game, right? Like most salespeople, I always loved sales in any company I worked in because you had more control over how much money you can make. Also, how much time you spend, right? Like you have more control of your time. So there's a lot of like risk reward that
Mhm.
comes in sales, almost like entrepreneurship. But a lot of times these salespeople, they've got their own book of business that they can bring into your agency, which is nice. They have their own network, their own ways that they like to sell, and you can bring that skill set into your agency. The problem is if you don't have KPIs, you don't have like any way of measuring their success of clear expectations, then you're kind of setting them up for failure. And we've talked about that in past episodes on,
Yeah.
who to hire for what, like the types of roles in sales that there are for an agency, et
Yeah.
cetera.
Well, let's
But
let's
yeah,
recap that real quick. The in order to build out a good compensation plan for a sales member or sales team, you do really need to start measuring sales for yourself as the founder, as the agency owner. You need to be able to kind of keep track of yourself. That means having a CRM, updating it consistently. That means having a baseline for how many leads, how many prospects, how many conversations you have on a month to month basis. If you're like, well, on average, I get 5 leads per month, it's not a lot, but those are good leads. And it's like, great, that's your baseline. It needs to increase. Let's figure out ways to increase it.